Welcome to the Rich Report, a podcast with news and information on the world of startups. Today, my guest is from DocStock. We have the COO of the company, Mike Sheridan. So, Mike, welcome to the show today.
Hi, Rich. Thanks so much for having me on today. It's really great to be here.
Well, great. I'm glad you could make it. I thought what we'd do is get acquainted with DocStock and what you guys are up to with License 123.
Absolutely, absolutely, Rich. We had a big launch today of License 123. It's a new product we have out in the market after really we listened to the 20 million users and visitors that we get to DocStock every month and talk to the small businesses out there. And, Rich, as you know, America runs on small business and millions of people, not only the ones that are out there running right now, but the wannabe entrepreneurs that are trying to start things up every single day. And as you know, starting a business isn't an easy thing, let alone the challenges of making any business work or get off the ground. But even simple things like, what do I do about licensing and permits, and is that required with my business or with my specific industry? And at DocStock.com, we specialize in helping small business owners. Over 20 million people, as I said, come to DocStock every month seeking help with their business documents. They represent almost every business type, from financial advisors, consultancies, legal firms, and we've learned what one of the biggest pain points for all of these firms is the licensing and permitting process. They'll either go to a state or city website trying to figure out what licenses they may need, or they may actually go stand in line trying to figure out what they require to get started. But we're doing things right now to make that easier, and that's what License 123 is. It's about a new online service with the sole mission of simplifying the business license and permit process. Within 10 seconds of coming to License 123, any startup or existing small business owner can grasp, understand, and access real-time the license and permits that are required to operate their business in their city and their state. And because we are a one-stop shop for this, it's really a small fee that we're able to require to get the key details and to download the needed forms and URLs to access this report. It's a mere $9.95, Rich, and we really think that that's an ideal price point for small businesses that are looking at investigating how much it's going to cost or how much they need to they're going to be required to get into the businesses. So the great thing about the key details provided in our License 123, it's every single information that reflects the local law and compliance ordinances. And as you know, being out of compliance with any of these licenses or permits can be a hefty fine for any owner. And we want to make sure that all business owners are armed and equipped with the information necessary to operate their business in compliance with each city and state. And right now, our current offering, we've already have 10 states online, upwards of 15 industries within each of those states, 75 cities, and over 100 business types, with more being added every single day until we reach 500 or 600 of the largest businesses in the U.S. License123.com is good for the small business owner because it's easy to use. It eliminates the confusion of the permit and licensing process. We provide a centralized repository of the most up-to-date licensing and permits, and we deliver all the forms to the small business owner at once. So there's no guesswork. There's no waiting. There's no searching multiple government or city sites that are difficult to manage and navigate. We centralize that at License 123. But the other thing we're doing, Rich, is we're also selling into cities and states. So we're good for municipalities because we address a necessary concern around keeping the businesses within these cities in compliance with their ordinances. We provide innovation for them without big IT outlay costs. There's a low barrier to entry for them to get this product in and start offering it out to their small businesses. And it drives additional revenue for them because what we found, Rich, is almost 65% of businesses right now do not have the proper licensing and permits required by cities and states, which is both bad for the business and revenue lost for these municipalities. And we're trying to close that gap by helping businesses and then helping the municipalities. We're pro-business, and that's reflected if municipalities get behind this product. It increases productivity because instead of making people sit and wait in lines or redoing websites, we've got the innovation, the technology, and understand how small business owners think online and use products like the 20 million small business users that go to DocStock.com every single month. And already we have created the infrastructure here and can roll this out on a necessary basis all across the country as we talked about the expansion to the 500, 600, maybe 1,000 of the largest cities in the U.S. So really, Rich, when you think about DocStock.com and making every small business better and how we are experts in the small business focus, I think it was just about listening to our customers and understanding that the licensing and permit process is just one of the most difficult things to navigate out there for a small and existing business. And that's why License 123 is great. Keeps businesses always in compliance and helps them with their permits and licensing requirements.
Well, thanks for that, Mike. So, walk me through this. Let's say I wanted to open a hot dog stand, right? So,
Yeah.
I imagine there would be city permits. There might be a state requirements for food handling. You've got to go to the feds and get an IRS EIN number. Is all that going to be in one place with this new product?
So, Rich, great question, and thank you for that. So one of the best things about it is certainly, like you've talked about, having both state and municipality permits and licensing as you're opening Rich's hot dog stand is exactly what we would do here and exactly the type of information that you would find. The tax identification number and EIN that a standard business would get and think about as they're incorporated in the legal structure of their business is not something currently that we're processing through License 123, and actually part of one of our great partners that's offering out there at LegalZoom.com. But really where our focus with this product is as people are thinking about starting up new businesses, what are the things that I need to do to keep in compliance with my state and my city ordinances and permits, not so much on the global legal scale of my tax identification number.
Sure. So you've got this product out there, and then do you go and just research by city all their permits, and that would seem to be a pretty monumental task?
Yeah, Rich, it really has. You know, one of the great things about DocStock.com, its ability to use technology and innovation to make things that are seemingly difficult to scale much more scalable. Through the usage of technology, but also through just having the human manpower, we are going out to each city and state, collecting this information and a little bit of brute force that way, getting this information in our system in a much more digestible format for businesses out there. And Rich, one of the evolutions, as you heard in our slide deck, is how we've really focused on selling to the municipalities as well. And one of the technology processes that we put in place there is we created APIs for some of the municipalities that are becoming our partners. And one of the early benchmark customers of ours from a municipality perspective is going to be the city of San Francisco, which is obviously a huge opportunity for both them and for us, is they're going to keep us updated and refreshed as to any changes or new licenses and permits that makes, once we have that baseline available for businesses, it will be refreshed by the city itself, which will save us time and save the cities a lot of time about getting this new information out there. And again, great for businesses to constantly have that updated info.
So how does your revenue model work for this? Is it a one-time fee, or is it a membership, or how does it work?
Oh, Rich, as we look at right now, we are selling, as we're building up adoption and brand awareness, we are doing this on $9.95 per one-time report. But already what customers are coming to talk to us about is not only the initial understanding of business permits and licenses that they need, but it's also, as we get refreshed data from the municipalities, as we just talked about, how that's communicated to the businesses so that they make sure they constantly stay in compliance through the life of their business. And even if it means getting refreshed or updated every year, that they need to renew their licenses. So we have looked at a membership model here that is more of a reminder service and a constant resource for that business owner out there in the marketplace, and something we will continue to investigate. The other piece of it for sure is we've been asked by several parties so far if we would actually do the process of filing these licenses and permits for them. So that's another added on service, premium type service that we would charge for on a one-time basis, and it's something we're exploring now. At this time, it is merely a one-time purchase. Certainly other revenue opportunities out there, but we're going to listen to our customers and make sure that we build the business the right way for them.
Well, this sounds terrific. It's a win for the municipality, it's a win for the business owner, and it's an opportunity for you as a business. You can't do much better than that.
Yeah, Rich, it's certainly one of those things where, you know, when you make your product development focused around what your customers are telling you, makes business decisions really easy. And that's the great thing about License 123. It came from our community of small business owners, and we hope it's a great help out there. We'd love to hear your feedback and your listeners' feedback on things that we can do with License 123 going forward to make it a great product in the marketplace and useful to all business owners.
Well, terrific. Well, Mike Sheridan, I want to thank you once again for coming on the show today.
Thanks so much for having me, Rich.
You bet. Okay, folks, that's it for the Rich Report. Stay tuned for more news and information on the world of startups.